Hello, everybody, and welcome back to NCAA 2005. We are here really getting through, the throes of the season, our first season in the Pac-10, and we have found ourselves locked in a ranked matchup with the Cal Golden Bears. So Cal has bounced back and forth in the rankings. As you can see, they're 5-3. They're on a 3-game win streak. They were ranked earlier in the season, and they got knocked out, and now because they've won 3 straight games, they're now finally ranked back at 25. And us ourselves are also ranked somehow, miraculously, even though we got blown out in our last game that we watched. We did pick up a win in between this Cal game, which is, I guess, what kept us in the top 15. But still, we shouldn't be anywhere near the top 15. We're nowhere near as good. But I guess the rankings have been very generous to Idaho. They've wanted to leave space for the Vandals somewhere in the top 25, and I really don't know why. I mean, we are 6-2, I get it, ex-conference, but we're by and far clearly one of the worst rosters in it. I mean, I don't think so on paper, but just performance-wise, you know what I mean. But this is interesting, too. I kind of want to talk about the Pac-10 standings for a little bit, because being 3-2 in conference, there's technically a chance for us. The Pac-10's never really all that good in these sims that I do, but so I guess there's a chance that if we were to win out, and do really well, there's a chance that with 2 losses in conference, we could still potentially win the Pac-10, but I don't think so. I think UCLA is currently like the front runner, just showed it, but I think UCLA is currently our frontrunner in the Pac-10, so we'll see how that develops. We need to win today, obviously. That's much more important. Cal's also been one of those teams that was rather decent. They won the Pac-10 last year, so these are the reigning Pac-10 champs. So this is, kind of an important game for us here. It'd be really massive if we could, make a statement win here over them. And already we're making a statement here. As Conrad McNeil's in a foot race with a linebacker, and he wins that foot race, even though it looks like the linebacker probably could have dove at least and made a play or something. I don't know. That always seems to be the case, and they never seem to do it. But Matt Norwood drops back and lays one completely down this middle seam to Conrad McNeil, one-on-one with a linebacker. That was a beautiful matchup that Matt Norwood knew he had to take and knew he wanted to take. And, look at that. I mean, that's beautiful. We haven't seen passes like that from Matt Norwood, at all in his tenure. He's not known for the deep ball, or the accurate deep ball, at least. He throws deep balls, just not accurate. But so we're going to take an early 7-0 lead over Cal, and now already we have the football back here, still within the first minute of the first quarter, and now Keith Bridges is getting something done here. Remember, we haven't seen a whole lot of Keith Bridges at all in this season. He's just been, struggling, I guess. He's had some disciplinary problems as well. I don't know, just really kind of torpedoing his odds here. But he gets a nice first down here, and on 1st and 10, Norwood rolling out to the right here, finds an open man across the middle, and he hits him across the middle. I believe it's Nicholas Bullard. I think it is. It's either Nicholas Bullard or Conrad McNeil. It's one of the two. For some reason, that beige or gold on our black jersey is just so hard for me to read. But I think that is Conrad McNeil. I believe it is. So we get 2 nice little completions to Conrad McNeil to get things started. But already it's 3rd and 5 here against Cal's defense. They send pressure. Norwood senses it and flushes out of the pocket and runs for it himself. Gets the first down and runs into a spy, or not really a spy, just a cornerback playing a shallow zone. But he didn't attack Norwood, so we're going to get the first down at least and continue moving on. So cut to another 3rd and 10. Those were struggling on 1st and 2nd down. Norwood looks like he was about to roll out, but takes a shot towards the end zone, and it is caught, but well out of bounds is, I believe, Conrad McNeil again. So that one is not going to be converted here, and it's going to give us the action cam from the DB, who did absolutely nothing on the football to even break up that play. Did absolutely nothing. So bring in Norman Mays to try and knock home this field goal, and he misses it. So he had enough leg here, but pushed it. Looks like wide right. Looks like he didn't even try to angle it. He just kicked it straight on through. So 7-0 still is the score here in the first quarter. So 1st and 10 now for Cal across midfield, and their quarterback, Jonathan Palmer, if you can believe it. Their quarterback, Jonathan Palmer, looks like he hit Justin Lott across the middle for a nice little pickup here, but it's already 3rd and 6. Our defense pushing the knife a little bit against Cal, and Palmer throws this one out to the left side of the field, and into the turf it goes. So I think canonically, lore-wise, we can say that Jonathan Palmer's a long-lost relative of the Palmer brothers, but I don't know. Maybe there's a Jonathan Palmer in real life. I don't know. Is there more than Jesse and Carson? I don't know. But either way, their kicker is able to nail home this field goal, and so Cal at least finally gets some points on the board here in the first quarter. 7-3 is your score, and we have a 3rd and 2 here on our own side of the field. Norwood gets rid of it quickly here, and this time it is Nicholas Bullard who cuts upfield here and has a little bit of a step here, but not a huge explosion of speed to get him away. But still, it's going to be a massive pickup that's going to get us by the or to the Cal 30 at least. So we're going to get another look. Or actually, no, that wasn't Nicholas Bullard, man. I don't. It's a whole hodgepodge with the receiving corps. It's a whole hodgepodge. We got a whole bunch of people out there just running around doing their own thing. But either way, Norwood now down across the middle of the field, and I believe that time, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's Trey Mosley, the freshman, number 81, I think, who was hit that time. So remember, we do have a couple, hotshot freshman receivers who we haven't seen a whole lot of, not an awful lot. Roger Williams we've seen a ton of, but Trey Mosley's starting to get himself a little bit more involved week by week. And now Norwood on the next play is going to hit the tight end, Byron Huber, in the end zone for a touchdown. That was a nice route ran by the tight end. We love to see some stuff like that, man. We love to see some good routes ran by the big man. So Norwood, another just beautiful pass here, finding the spot, finding the opening in the zone there, because Cal definitely had some guys drop back in good position there. As you can see, that DB was about an inches away. I think he made the wrong play on the ball. If he would have just tried to cut off the route, he probably would have got it, but he tried to make a defensive play on it. Didn't work. So, but Cal, they will not be silenced either, as Palmer finds one of his receivers for a humongous gain to get them now across midfield and set them up for a good opportunity. So Palmer, fakes the handoff here. Just effortless deep ball downfield. And then that one-on-one matchup, man, looks like Palmer's confident in taking that matchup as well. So now 1st and 10 at about inside the 45 of Idaho. And Palmer finds an open man here. I believe it's Lott once again. I think it's Justin Lott, the sophomore, once again, who gets into the end zone for a touchdown. It might have been Vinny Farrell. Couldn't tell if it was an 81 or an 83. But either way, Cal's going to get a touchdown here and answer back. And it was Vinny Farrell, the sophomore. He's the 3rd receiver on their depth chart. But a nice route ran there, and I don't know what, Claude Orr was just lost. He didn't even know where to look. He was completely lost out there. But the first quarter finally does come to an end. I know it was a very eventful and long first quarter, but 14-10 is your score. And we are battling right now with the Golden Bears, the reigning Pac-10 champs. So early in the second quarter, Norwood, another deep shot downfield, and it is going to be caught. Man, where are these deep balls from Norwood coming from? This is so just out of character for him. I'm not used to this, to the deep balls, to the consistency of the deep balls. I know he's good for at least like one or so a game, but the consistency here, I mean, it's only 2 so far, but it's got me shocked. I'm clutching my pearls here. So 1st and 10 inside the 40 for the Vandals, and Norwood here rolls out here and dumps it off to Keith Bridges, I think, the running back. So Bridges got the play action, the fake handoff, and still's going to get the pass, going to get the call through the air, and we get brought down close to about the 20. So we're moving once again on offense. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs from the Cal 21. We're going to go on the ground with Keith Bridges. He's breaking some tackles here, stiff arms, juking away, and he does get another first down. So Keith Bridges, man, getting a little bit physical in this game. I mentioned how he's not running very well, but already we're outrunning the Golden Bears pretty convincingly. So if we can keep that up, man, who knows? And now with goal to go here, the Cal sends the entire kitchen sink. They were completely going to crash the box here and try and get to Norwood, but Norwood gets rid of it quickly here to Huber for another touchdown. So 21-10 now the score, but Cal is definitely not out of it. One touchdown will put them back within a possession. And Palmer, a deep shot downfield, and that one is going to be hauled in, if you can believe it. Can you believe it? Sterling Pope, that was their tight end who hauls that one in here. So a humongous first down for Cal, and now Cal completely flips the field and working with a red zone opportunity, going to try and get into the end zone, but that pass is broken up. And so now Cal's going to have to make some decisions here. Going to have to make a dangerous decision. So they're not going to go for it. They're just going to take the 3. There's still plenty of time left in the game, obviously. So that field goal will put it 13-21. So Cal still with a good opportunity here. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion will at least tie the game for them. So it's nothing too lost here. But already we're across midfield once again. Another opportunity on offense as Norwood. This time I think Nicholas Bullard. This time I think it was Nicholas Bullard who he hits across the middle for another Vandal first down. And now Idaho continuing to move here. So we've moved consistently on offense. I like to see that. So we're going to go with the ground game once again. And a huge burst of speed out into the open air. And that was a little bit big to be a little bit big to be Keith Bridges, but I think it is. I think it still is Keith Bridges. Sometimes I get confused with Dylan Barker, the fullback, but I think that was Keith Bridges. So another first down, and on 3rd and 9 now, Norwood throws to the end zone, and that pass is broken up by Cal's secondary. So now another 4th down option here for Lynch. He's just going to stick with Norman Mays' leg. Even though he missed one earlier in the game, this one he does nail. So we're going to extend to an 11-point lead over Cal once again. And we're just maintaining that gap at least. We're maintaining that 2-possession gap, which you can't be super mad about. But Palmer already has the Golden Bears across midfield ever so slightly, just a couple yards, and it's going to be caught here for another first down. And Cal's going to continue to move here with under a minute left to work. Palmer, another pass lobbed up there for Vinny Farrell, is brought down, and it's going to be another fresh set of downs for Cal. And now they're running with some tempo here, trying to save as much time as possible. Palmer doesn't even spike. He's just going to go for another pass, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. So Cal's quick movements here, running with the tempo, completely threw off our defense. We were unable to keep up with what the Golden Bears were trying to cook here on offense. So Palmer, a few quick plays, gets the Golden Bears completely down the field and into the end zone for another touchdown. So they're going to answer back here and get this one within 4 at least as the first half comes to a close. And we are battling right now, guys, with the reigning Pac-10 champs. So Cal already across midfield here in the second half on a 3rd and 13. Palmer keeps rolling out, looking for an option here, and he finally finds one as that pass is hauled in by Sterling Pope once again, the senior tight end. Right along the sidelines. He just barely gets the toes in bounds, I guess. We'll get another look at it and see just how close it was. And yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah, just gets both feet down, too. That's an NFL catch, man. So 1st and 10 for Cal, but it's already 2nd and 10 for the Golden Bears as Palmer across the middle and a whole mess of Vandals, but somehow a single Golden Bear is the one who comes down with it. So another first down for Cal, and now they're thinking about goal to go. So on 3rd and goal here, defense trying to keep them out. They're going to go for a pitch player as Palmer pitches someone out to Logan Lee, a first-team All-Pac-10 selection, and he's not going to make it to the end zone. So it's the first time we've really seen him in this game, and he's not doing a whole lot. Our defense able to snuff that out and force Cal to take another play on special teams, another 3 points. So 23-24 is the score here. Maybe could have went for it then, but didn't. And now Norwood here's going to try and keep it himself. He's going to get a first down, but he's going to fumble the football. And there we go. The mistakes for Matt Norwood, they're finally starting to creep through, man. He's just been a little bit too flighty this season with some of his mistakes. He's thrown some picks, man. I think he's had a couple fumbles himself, but that one is absolutely brutal here as Cal is going to get a lobbed up, a layup of an opportunity here in our own end, and that pass to Vinny Farrell is complete, but it's going to be well short of the stick. So Cal, once again, not going to go for it. They're just going to rely on the 3 points here in their kicker. I mean, why not, man? He's not missing. So another 3 points for the Golden Bears is going to put Cal, finally give them the lead in a game that we've led all game, but they're finally going to get a 2-point lead, and now our offense is really starting to struggle here in the 3rd quarter as Cal with another opportunity at about midfield, and Palmer pump fakes for about 7 years and finally finds Sterling Pope, the tight end, surrounded by Vandals, but again, somehow he's the one who comes down with it. So Cal will continue their drive on offense, and now it is a 2nd and 3. And they're going to go with a fullback dive to Jorge Tucker, the senior fullback. And it looks like he's going to have just enough here. His celebration indicates that he's going to get across the line to gain. So it looks like Cal's moving again, but it's another 3rd and 7. Pressure is in almost immediately, and it redirects to Palmer, and he's going to get sacked here. So Carter Calhoun gets in almost immediately. That didn't look like Calhoun, did it? It looked like a 92, not a 93, but I think it was Carlos Calhoun. It was, yeah. Okay, so Carlos Calhoun gets in immediately. He snuffs out the play action and isn't fooled. And so now Cal going for the field goal once again, man. One of these opportunities they probably should have went for. You know what I mean? Like one of them. That probably would have really helped them out here, but hey, if they don't want to, I'm not going to force them to, okay? So the 3rd quarter comes to a close. Cal now extending their lead to 5 points. So we are still within 1 possession of the Golden Bears. All we need to do is score a touchdown, and we will, again, retake the lead. Norwood, deep shot downfield, and it's going to be caught. Another deep pass by Matt Norwood, and this time it is Nicholas Bullard once again, and it's a huge completion for the Vandals, and that's absolutely what we needed with our offense completely stagnating in the 3rd quarter following a fumble from Matt Norwood. We really need to see a nice little boost on the offensive side of things here. So already it's 3rd and 9, though, so we were still struggling on 1st and 2nd down. Norwood, another deep shot towards the end zone, and that one sails out of the back into the turf. So a difficult spot on the field for us here, as we know Norman Mays doesn't have the leg for it, really, but Lynch is going to send him out anyway for a 39-yarder. We're going to see if he can nail this one through. So the kick is up, and the kick is just barely good. That one skipped over the crossbar. It skedaddled over the crossbar in a hurry, and that one is going to be, that's going to be good. So we're back within 2 points here, but we really need the 6. We really need 6, but we also need to stop Cal, and that is exactly what we needed right there. As that pass is going to be broken up. And I'm trying to see who it might have been. It might have been Keon Wesley. It looks like it might have been Keon Wesley who broke that up, the free safety. So either way, we get an opportunity on offense. We work it back to about where Cal was on the field. So they punted us deep, but we were able to work it back around midfield. And now we tried to go for a little pitch play here for the first down, and it's not going to work. So 4th and 6, we're in no man's land. Lynch is going to keep the Vandals on the field. It's do or die time, and Norwood finds an open man, and now it's a race to the end zone, and absolutely clobbered. Jeez, man, he gets absolutely clobbered. I think it was Trey Mosley once again. Is that an 81? It looks like an 81, folks. I think it was Trey Mosley, the freshman, once again, with that catch. And so that's going to give us a huge boost on offense, and it's Trey Mosley. Looky there, the freshman getting involved. We got a couple of freshmen on this team to be excited about in the receiving corps, so maybe something to think about moving forward. We're not super worried about the receiving corps. But Norwood faces pressure immediately, but gets rid of the ball very quickly. And, man, he's made some smart throws. I'll give it to him, man. I can't say the most about him, for the season, but in this game, man, he's made some very smart and timely throws. So the one mistake he's got is a fumble. I can't be mad about that. And this is another smart and timely throw as Cal completely commits to the run, sends the entire kitchen sink, leaving a receiver completely wide open in the back of the end zone, and Norwood sees it immediately and gets the ball out there to him. So that's going to give us the lead. And look at that, man. Yeah, so Cal definitely had linebackers in position, but neither of them were really paying attention, I guess. They weren't ready for a pass to be called. So keeping the offense on the field for a 2-point conversion, Cal once again sending pressure. And Norwood gets rid of it quickly here, but not a really good pass, I guess. Just kind of sails out of the end zone. So 33-29 is the score, with just a minute left to work here. Cal can, of course, take the lead, and this is not a good sign for us as Palmer gets this one off to Justin Lott for a huge pickup, man, with Vandals in pursuit. So now 1st and goal already, just under a minute for Cal. And Palmer, that pass is broken up. And we finally apply some pressure here to what Cal is doing. So Cal's been able to move the ball so quickly in these types of moments here. But 2nd and goal now for the Golden Bears. So Palmer looking for a pass here. And that one was in and out of the hands of Lott. I swear he had it in his hands for a good second or two, and he couldn't haul it into the ground. So that ball comes loose. And yeah, man, look at that. Oh my gosh, is that a choke animation? I didn't even know they had that this game. That's brutal. So on 3rd and goal here, pressure's getting to Palmer. And he just throws it away, man. I guess live to play another down, I guess. But now 4th and goal, Cal's last opportunity, and Palmer's going to get absolutely sandwiched off of the edge. It's going to be a sack, and Cal's going to turn it over on downs with just 43 seconds left to go, and that is going to be victory formation for your Idaho Vandals, ladies and germs. And look at that, man. That was a pump fake. I couldn't see who got the game-winning sack. I'm trying to look here on the roster sheet, maybe. It might have been Jonathan Weiss, I think. It looked like a 33, so I think it was Jonathan Weiss who got in and laid down that game-winning sack. But either way, we knock off the reigning Pac-12 champions as they only went 9-4 last year, so they've now matched their loss total, but there's still plenty more games left for them to play. So they're probably not going to reach the same heights as last season. After all, last year their Pac-10 record was 7-1. So they did bad out of conference, not in conference, but they seem to be struggling now with that as well. So a huge win for us here, and that's obviously going to keep us in the top 15. Might even put us close to the top 10, which would be nuts, absolutely absurd if we managed to do that. But Cal played a great game, man. That was a really, really tough game. We haven't seen a whole lot of close competitive games in this series so much. We're used to a lot of blowouts, both in favor and not in our favor. So it's nice to get a nice little competitive game here. We haven't seen one in a little bit. It's been a while. I think that North Texas game for the Sun Belt was like the last really good competitive close game that we had. So it's nice to see. Norwood once again throwing for 7,000 times, but still gets a completion percentage over 60%, so I can't be super mad. 426 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's a good game. Fumble included. That is a good game. we for sure. Conrad McNeil is all the way down here in receptions at 4, but he has the most amount of yards in our entire receiving corps, so kind of a weird, wacky way to look at things. And yeah, there's Jonathan Weiss with his 1 sack recorded on the game, the biggest sack of the game. So heading back to the hub world, we're not going to sim any other games here because our next game is an another huge game here. We're going to the Rose Bowl, guys. We're going to the Rose Bowl. It is just a regular season game against UCLA, but it is still the Rose Bowl, so do not let them take that away from us. And now a 7-2 and a 7-2 go to meet in the Rose Bowl. Number 10 versus number 21. So we will see. This could have huge, major Pac-10 implications. So hope to see you guys in the Rose Bowl when we play UCLA.